Hey there, it's me. It's time for my monthly market report, and I bet you're a bit muddled about what all these terms mean. Attrition rate, inventory, average sales, discounts. Do you know what all this means? But more importantly, do you know how it affects you? I'm going to break it down for you and share my market insights. I'm Burchard, the Desert Bowtie Realtor here in the Greater Palm Springs region. I record and post content here about the local market and the desert lifestyle because I love what I do. More importantly, I believe real estate should be fun and easy. So you're here for the market update, and you'd also like to know how all this data affects you. Awesome! It means you want to know! Woohoo! So, I'm going to briefly decode it for you, so let's just pop right to it, okay? Single family median prices closed at $665,000, which is down 6.3% over last year, and condos closed at $450,000, which is 6% down from a year ago. Those numbers are for the entire valley. Breakdowns of the same stats for each city are on the chart I send out every month and linked in the video notes. This information is important because it gives you an idea of where prices are currently and where they're trending. Buyers and sellers get an idea on prices for the entire valley as a whole or for any particular city. The percentage change gives an idea of where prices are moving, and it also shows those trends. This is a rough idea though. If you need more detailed information about neighborhoods or subdivision, give me a call, text, or email. I'm happy to decode it for you. I stay on top of this information every month, so it's really easy for me because I'm a big old data nerd. Valley months of supply currently stands at 2.8 months. That's down slightly from last month, but up about a month from a year ago. Months of supply is important because if no new homes are added to the market for sale, then we only have less than 3 months of homes to sell at the current sales tempo. This is also known as the attrition rate. It is one of the measures showing how quickly homes are moving. The higher the demand, the lower these numbers will be, depending on inventory, of course. We'll talk about inventory shortly. These stats are also broken down city by city and price point in the full desert housing report, that you can find on my website and in my newsletter. Days on market, days in market, potato, it's basically the same thing. Don't get confused. It's how long a property averages on the market. This number can be higher or lower in any particular city, subdivision, or even a price point. Currently, our days on market is 39 days. It is 1 day below last month, but up 62% from last year. We are seeing it slowly creep back down, but it is still below our pre-pandemic averages of 65-ish days. We are not predicting a return to those pre-pandemic averages due to the higher demand for desert properties. Each city and price point is also broken down in the full report. Why is this important? Well, sellers get an idea of how long it might take to sell their home, and buyers get an idea of what the average time homes are on the market for any specific city or price point. If a home has been on the market longer than these averages, the seller may be willing to negotiate. You never know unless you ask. Believe it or not, there are a lot of motivated sellers negotiating since home sales are slower than they were a year ago. Boy, this is a lot of information. If you know of someone considering buying or selling in the Greater Palm Springs region, give me a call, text, or email. I promise I'll take excellent care of them. Inventory is the current number of properties that are available for sale in the market. Our inventory currently stands at 1,629 units, which is down about 100 units from last month and 8 units less than last year. Inventory is hard to understand without noticing trends and looking at other statistics as well. We'll get to that soon, I promise. Over time, you can see how this inventory number has been decreasing since 2018. This demonstrates an increase in demand for the desert. Notice before 2020, we had 2 seasonal ups and downs. Those were normal for our market. Notice what happened after April 2020. You can see the result in our inventory due to the COVID rush and super high demand. Sales volume, or also known as average unit sales. This is an actual unit sale activity that happens monthly. For the Greater Palm Springs region, this is broken down into 2 graphs because of our seasonality. We have a 3-month average and we have a 12-month average. We break this down because the seasonality significantly affects our sales activity. For the 3-month average, we currently have a combined total of 717 homes sold. Before the pandemic, July sales averaged about 900 to 1,000 units. Notice how the graph jumps up and down as it follows our seasonal patterns. July of 2020, we were just starting to see the return of our market from the California shelter-in-place. Then it shot up to over 1,000 units per month, and it got as high as 1,300 units. That high demand activity eventually eroded our inventory almost to nothing. The 12-month average removes this seasonality, and it shows the trends in how homes are selling year over year. You'll notice there are no seasonal ups and downs on this graph. However, notice how it shot up during COVID from July 2020 to July 2021. We are still below pre-pandemic averages of 800 to 900 units per month. Before COVID, there was relative stability on this graph. It skyrocketed during COVID and is now slowly returning. Notice the steady decline since July 2021. This was due in part to the lack of inventory. Notice the leveling off over the last few months. These numbers are important because they show buyers and sellers how many homes are selling month to month, desert-wide. And they're also a good indicator of demand. We are down approximately 32% from our pre-pandemic average. Currently, we are at 582 units per month. High sales and low inventory push prices higher, and lower demand and increased inventory brings prices down. Basic economics, right? Now, this next graph shows how many homes are selling over list price. This graph demonstrates demand, but more importantly, competition. This time last year, more than 48% of homes were selling above list price. 48%! Wow, that's a lot, and that wasn't even the highest. Currently, we are at 17.9%, slightly above last month. It shows we are seeing good activity and homes selling closer to list price. For reference, before the pandemic, we would only see about 10% of homes selling above list price. Pricing is the most important factor in my opinion, and a major key in creating strong interest in properties. I believe if a home is priced well, it sells at or above list price. Wow, that was a lot of information, and I'm not done yet, so hold on. I hope you understand this information better, and more importantly, how it affects you as a buyer or seller. I believe that knowledge is power, so now you can make more informed decisions with confidence. Woo! Oh, yeah, now, my market summary. That's the reason you're here, right? Sorry. Sales are still hovering 15 to 20% below pre-pandemic levels, but it is slowly on the rise from the decreases we saw in the second half of last year. The current decreases we are seeing are following our seasonal patterns that we see this every year. The market is stable because we have a good balance of buyers and sellers. That is a healthy market. That's what we want. As inflation cools off, which we are seeing, we will see interest rates creep down a bit eventually. That will increase the activity in our market, and especially across the lower price points. Don't hold out for those 3% interest rates, though, we had back in 2020. I'll be shocked if we see them again anytime soon. Hey, please share this video with a friend or family member who may be looking to buy or sell here. Watch this awesome video about how I reluctantly got into real estate. It's a hoot. Bye. For a particular... Let's do that all over again. Stands at 6... We are down approximately 32. We are down about